Hello, friends. This is Dr. Hazel-Grace Yates, and I am so honored and excited to be joined here with Wakenda Rose. And welcome, Wakenda. How are you today?
Thanks, Hazel-Grace. I'm doing really good, actually.
Great.
How are you?
We are about a week or so into the coronavirus quarantine thing, and it literally is like minute to minute, moment to moment of how I am. And so there's lots of swinging of motions and sensations and feelings. And like right now, I'm feeling a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and also just like we're wanting to show up and support as a gift for others and supporting people's nervous systems and their hearts and their care. So I feel really excited about like doing something that might support somebody else out there. Yeah. So tell us, we're going to share a tantric practice and a meditation. And for the folks who don't know you, Wakenda, can you just share with us a little bit about what work you do and why Tantra matters to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me on. It was the one appointment on my schedule today, so I was so looking forward to it. It was so like few things on my calendar that I actually forgot about it at the same time. So thanks for the reminder last night. I'm like, oh wait, I actually have an appointment. So yeah, I am a Tantric Love and Intimacy Coach and what I call Sensual Alchemist. So I work in the field of Tantra, being a spiritual practice and what they consider also a householder practice, so that every person on this planet can have access to the wisdom of the Tantric path. And the Sensual Alchemist part of it is working one-on-one with clients through different touch sensations and using the medium of using touch and sensation to alchemize whatever's happening. So, for example, perhaps maybe it's trauma, and so we utilize the sensation of touch to alchemize trauma to an aspect of transcendence and empowerment.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that. And as you're talking, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Today, most of us are quarantined, and so how can we do these exercises in touch? So I'm super excited about the exercise that you're going to share with us today. And I first just wanted to start with a grounding meditation. I know for myself and for anybody else out there who's watching. So if you'll join me, and so. Just inviting folks, if this feels supportive and nourishing to them right now, to allow their systems to begin to slow down. And taking some breaths that are easeful, but also in the fullness of the breath. And I like to imagine if my whole body was like a balloon all the way down to my pelvic floor, allowing my breath to move into that space so that my chest expands to the sides and forward and back, and my pelvic floor gets to expand with the breath. And with each nourishing breath, noticing and allowing the body to settle and relax even more into this moment. And then finding the center of the body, the idea of feeling centered, and just noticing where is that place in your body and can you put your attention there? And just noticing what happens when you find your center. And if you have a difficult time finding your center, putting attention on what would it be like to put attention on the back or the back body. And maybe you're feeling yourself kind of like leaning back or being pulled back. And then putting your attention or focus on your front body. And maybe you notice like leaning forward. And then experimenting with those two places, seeing if you can find that place of centered. And so from this place of playing with the sensation of center, notice the support of the earth and whatever is touching you, whether it be the floor or the ground or your chair or maybe even your car. Like tuning in and actually literally feeling the earth holding and supporting you right now, that you are being held by the earth, by the ground. And then one more step here of allowing for there to be spaciousness, almost as if you could zoom out of your body and allow this like bubble of space to be around you. Almost to the point where you might be like suspended or floating or almost as if you can feel yourself expand. And as you're going through this place of centeredness or groundedness or spaciousness, for some of you, you might find more rest or regulation or easefulness in one of those places, and just getting to play with those three things. Awesome. And I'm curious, Wakenda, what are you noticing or what are you feeling right now having done that?
I instantly feel really that sense of groundedness, calmness, and I keep having this inner sense of connectedness to everything that's around, like the entire planet, you and everyone else that is here in the virtual realm and will join us in the virtual realm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Beautiful. Great. Yeah, so I'd love to hand it over to you and for you to guide us through an exercise.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do an exercise and I'll just discuss just briefly too what it is about Tantra, why we use Tantra. So Tantra essentially is the path of love and acceptance, surrender, um, and liberation. So Tantra helps us to liberate from that which we feel confined. So from obsessive thinking, from anxiety, from kind of the illusion of being in a body um, on the planet. And so Tantra helps us to move this life force energy, that we call Shakti. So Shakti is the earth. And then we have consciousness, which is kind of the great sky, or with Shiva, we can use the word. And when consciousness and earth, Shakti, come together and they unionize, they couple, then creation happens. And so we can really allow that energy to move through us. So when we're feeling stagnant, we're feeling anxiety ridden, we're feeling stressed, when we work the tantric path, it is really truly just that path of liberation from that. So it's not to say that we don't have those and we want to experience those, because tantric is also the path of acceptance. So accepting all that is. We don't change anything that is happening. We just offer it a place to move and to integrate.
Mm. Well,
So,
just hearing all of that, it sounds like this would be a really great time for everyone to be practicing this.
yeah, oh my gosh, yes. Well, it's so beautiful about this time, when we're ready to allow it, like we really have to honor the grief that's happening.
Absolutely.
And but once we've given, which Tantra does, we say honor the grief. When we have so many fun practices to honor the grief, that could be a whole nother time. But yeah, this is the time to take that pause, to take that reflection within ourselves, in those times where we've disconnected from the body and we've kind of ultimately essentially kind of betrayed the lower half of us, right? In our world of getting things done and excessiveness. And right now the world is in this really is the time of receptivity. This is the feminine path. This is Tantra. Tantra is happening right now. The invitation to fully receive. And so if we can honor this time period and, not squander it, we can really access that, which is very nourishing for us, which is really the planet is saying, you're grounded. You
Right.
have been grounded for 2 weeks. So here we are. And so that has been my experience with Tantra, is really about liberation, receptivity, and also this movement, this dynamic of when to be in surrender and then when to be in will and determination, the masculine will and determination, and then the feminine surrender and the receptivity. So we just move and bounce. Right now we're being forced to surrender.
Yes.
So yeah. So the other part of the tantric practice right now, while we're alone, so I am alone, I'm self-quarantining. I was in a part of on the planet that they said, there's been a big outbreak, and so do your best to take time and not expose anyone. So I don't have anything else to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. But I really feel very grateful right now that I have the tantric path to rely on, because the tantric path really is first and foremost communing with your own divine inner beloved. So, I don't have a beloved right now to quarantine and chill with, but I do have my own inner beloved, and we all do. We were born and we were created of this masculine and feminine, and Tantra reminds us that that is our first beloved first. So even if we're alone, we're really never alone. And that's a really potent reminder for me right now, and also just this incredible solace. And oddly enough, I have this like, I feel so fulfilled. It's not even a love of myself. It's just, it feels this like love of this greater divine that I know is happening. It always is there. We forget. So just coming back to it. So it's been fun to share this Tantra practice, because there's a misconception that Tantra is all about sex and, we're all about touch, and, that's part of the Tantra practice, but really that's really just an extension. It's one of the hands of Tantra, but real Tantra is, communing here, communing in the heart, and communing in our own love space. So even in the realm of self-pleasure, whatever.
I love that. Yeah, someone once said that Tantra is to sex as your toe is to the rest of your body.
Exactly.
Like it's just one particular thread or slice of the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I really love that you named like permission to feel the intensity and the grief. And we got on the call just before and I was sharing my process. Like I've been going through it also, and I'm really happy that I get permission to feel, I have the space and the permission to allow myself to feel, because I know when I allow myself to feel the fullness of those feelings and sensations, it actually makes more space and room for spaciousness, or what else is possible, or connecting to the divine, or my groundedness. So beautiful. Great.
Well, shall we do a little practice together?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, so we're going to do just a super simple tantric practice that, most often we would do if we're, in person with each other. So if you do have a partner at home, that's great, because there's no question, like there's this idea like, oh, whether you do it alone or if you have a partner, oftentimes many of us spend time in partnership and friendship and relationship and actually feel very alone, right? Because you haven't been connecting with your partner. So if you are with your partner right now, like let this be a time to actually settle in and connect. If you're not, you can do like Hazel-Grace and I are doing now, where we're going to do this connection practice via the internet. But if not, just do it with yourself. You can look in the mirror, or you can just
Mm.
back on yourself right now. If you
Mm.
are really alone, it most likely Tantra is so great because it does make you feel all the feelings, including extremely awkward. So if it feels really awkward to look at yourself in the mirror and do this process, that's awesome. That's what Tantra's saying. It's pushing your edges a little bit.
I love the options and the choices here, because if you are partnered, it'd be great to do this in person. But I also love that we can actually do this virtually through FaceTime or through Zoom with friends. And I even love, I'm actually going to try this later with a mirror with myself, because I think that actually, of all the things right now, that actually sounds really, really sweet and juicy to do with myself.
Yeah.
Wanting to feel that connection with myself. Yeah. So, but we've got each other right now, so let's do it together.
So let's do it together. Yay! Awesome. All right. So my dog is shedding, so I have hair like everywhere. It just landed in my mouth. All right. So what we're gonna do is first just place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your low belly, and just first beginning to connect. Allow your eyes to close and turn inward first. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. Just first connecting to your own internal body, your own internal world. And just gently breathing into this place. And noticing all of the realm of feelings and emotions, with the invitation to allow any of them to be here, whatever they are. In the emotional world, there's no right or wrong, there just is. And allow your eyes to just turn inward to your own heart. And you can begin to sense the masculine and feminine energies by continuing with that earlier meditation, where we're just first connecting with the realm of the earth, of the Shakti, the receptivity, the femininity. And just imagine pulling that earth energy up through the spine. While at the same time, just noticing your connection to consciousness, that infinite space where thought begins, consciousness begins. And bring that energy down to the base of the spine. And just begin to imagine that consciousness is connecting with that Shakti, that life force. And imagine them beginning to merge like two lovers. Doing a spiraling dance of lovemaking all the way from the base of your spine up to the top of your head. And within this place, this is your own inner beloved, that beloved that is you. And just take a deep breath there. And notice what it feels like to have those two energies. Those energies that are you just making love with inside of your own being, right? Making love to you and through you and as you. And when you're ready, I invite you to gently open your eyes. And with the eyes of your own inner lover and beloved, seeing the eyes of the partner right in front of you. And only with your eyes, see if you can say hello, just with your eyes. And see if you can give your gratitude for that beloved across from you. Your gratitude just with your eyes. For many people, looking in the eyes can be far more intimate than intercourse. It can feel awkward and intense, and just notice that if that comes up. So maybe for some of us who've always wanted to try Tantra, this is the safer platform right now. Sometimes class is scary. And then I'm going to bring my right hand to Hazel-Grace's heart. And you're going to bring your right hand to my heart. Without. I'm actually going to envision that your hand is on my heart and I'm covering your hand with my other hand and vice versa. And giving space for everything that shows up. It's all accepted. And as our hands are touching each other's hearts, virtually or in reality, just sensing and noticing that that heart is one heart. One love. And then very, very slowly, bringing your hands back to your heart. One of you will take a moment to go first, but if there is something that you really need to hear right now to yourself, you are going to offer that to your partner, but as the response for you. So whatever it is that I'm really needing to hear, I'm going to give it to Hazel-Grace and know that it's returning back at me and vice versa. So if you're alone, you're going to share that. And if you're with a partner, you can share that. So, and let's say you can pick whoever goes first. So we'll pick the longer of the two hair.
Okay, that's cute. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give her a gift, which is going to return back to me. So you can close your eyes and just come up with one gift that you want to share. And this can also be shared with the other person, for the other person. Just allow yourself to wait for the answer. And when you're ready, we're going to touch our hands together. You can offer your gift.
So are you wanting me to share it?
I'm going to share it with you
Oh,
first.
you're going to share it.
You're going to receive.
Okay.
So I'll be the giver, and
All
you're
right.
going to receive.
Got it.
And after you receive it, then you're going to breathe it and take it into your heart.
Got it. Thank you.
So my gift for you is that you are perfect and beautiful exactly as you are.
Mm.
And you are in the exact time and place and purpose that you are supposed to be in.
Mm.
And that there's time and patience for it all to unfold. I'm going to give that gift to you. Take it in.
It's so wild because I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was for me. Even though it was for you, it was so perfectly for me, which is like the magic of it, right?
No, maybe we're not all so different.
Okay. Thank you. And so now I get to feel into what I want to hear and then offering it to you, Wakenda, as a gift. Yeah. Okay. Okay. When you were born, you knew the transmission of love, and you always have access to love, and you are always there for and with yourself. And no matter what or who comes and goes, you always have access to this wisdom, to this knowing of what is love within yourself and security of you being profoundly okay at all times.
Thank you, Grace.
You're so welcome.
And then we're just going to end our practice as best we can with a big Tantra hug, heart to heart, full body to full body. That even means grab your own self so you feel like you're hugging yourself, you're hugging your partner.
Oh.
And you know, like when we hug people, sometimes we do this pat in our back, like it's like a half-ass hug. So we get to really just hug it out today, a real hug.
Uh-huh.
No like awkward, weird hugs.
Although it's funny because like if I like pat myself on the back, it almost feels like somebody else is patting me on the back.
That's okay too.
I mean, if you like being patted on the back.
I mean, you can give yourself a really sensual, juicy hug too, like,
Oh,
damn.
oh yeah.
Oh, the full, can we take this offline?
Oh, wow. I feel like energized and excited and um nourished. I mean, I think the thing that's shocking to me right now in this moment is like how weirdly powerful it is, even through the interwebs of energy and connection. And like, I mean, there was a moment when I was just like overwhelmed with like gratitude and love when we were holding each other's hearts, and it actually felt like you were holding my heart, which is kind of trippy that it actually felt like that.
Yeah, so much too. This has really been a fun reminder of just how time and space is really just an illusion, and that our particles can be sent, you know, particles of love, and the possibility and the magnitude of what we never thought possible
Mm,
right
totally.
now.
Totally. Yeah, I never would have thought, hey, let's do a heart-to-heart tantric thing on Zoom.
Yeah, right.
That wasn't in my realm. Um, yeah, and as we're kind of coming to a close here, I want to first thank you, Wakenda, for being the spirit that you are and having done all of the work that you've done so that you can show up in this time right now with this gift offering of love and possibility of people feeling the union and the love within themselves and with another and or with another, and also just extending care and love and compassion to, well, myself also for what I'm going through. But even when I say myself, I mean every single human being, because I think if there's anything that the gift so far of Corona is for us to see how quickly we are actually connected by like droplets of our breath and our air, of like impacting almost every single human being on the whole planet. Wow. We are so, like you said, maybe we're way more the same than we think we are. Different. Yeah. Anything else you want to share here at the end?
If you guys feel compelled to follow me with any more meditations, you can join me on the Facebook page of Wakenda Rose
Mm,
and join Wakenda Rose Tantra Love Tribe. I'm
mm.
doing daily practices there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it's only been the last few days. So. But what else do I have to do right now? And I love it. I'm, you know, it gets me out of the space. Like I'll turn on the news, or I'll get a little too heavy social media and kind of get knocked out. And it, for me, it is my place of reminder of being in the heart, and
Mm,
it's my practice, and it is a practice, right? It's
mm-hmm,
it never ends. So if you'd like
mm-hmm.
to practice with us there, share.
Great.
You can also download a free meditation at wakendarose.com. You'll see that come up if you go to the website, it'll pop up right away. So if you'd like a more extended meditation to one to really help release and get the body moving, you can see that there. So,
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Wakenda.
thank you so much, Hazel-Grace, for being such an amazing change maker in this world. And you're such a light, and I love you so much. And I'm just so deeply happy that we have connected over this time period, and we get
Yeah.
to rock it out together.
Awesome. Thank you, love.